Welcome to Tutorial 4, Part 1 on TMR5's analysis screen. In this video we're going to cover the image analysis section. So we'll go through, select our test version. Let's go down and select the Aldi in context image. To begin with, we will draw some areas on the advert that we're interested in measuring where the participants have actually looked. So we'll select the rectangle draw tool and we shall do the title up here, and it adds it to the AOI list, and we shall do another one down here for the logo. You can interact with these AOIs by moving them, just using this tool, and also by selecting one of the points, one of the corners, and dragging and releasing the mouse button. We can also do shapes as well, so we'll just zoom in a little bit. And this is just click and drag to do a polygon shape. And back to when we get close to the first one, that will steal the polygon up. Okay, so that'll be our cheapest price, and we'll do one for our dearest price. It can be a bit more accurate than this, but as this is just a tutorial, we'll just keep it nice and simple. Okay, so if we just select that, we can rename these title, logo, cheap, and expensive. Okay, so that is all our AOI set up. We can move on to doing some analysis. We'll begin by doing a Gazeplot analysis just with a single participant to begin with. So this is basically a path analysis of single participants, their exact viewing order. And if we zoom in a touch, we can find that they started here, went here, and then followed all the way around. At the moment in time, we're in a cumulative data view, so this means that it will constantly add in and build up the picture. When we don't have the accumulative data, we are in smaller time band. So this, we can take this time bar back all the way, and as we move through the time, we can see the gaze plots building up. So this is the actual path that the participant took throughout the advert. And if we don't have the accumulative data on, we can go back and we can see them building up their time in a different manner. We'll just keep it in a cumulative data mode at the moment in time. I also want to show that you can filter this participant list using the questions that we have set up for this test. You can see on the right here the different numbers of participants that have answered the different options. We have our gender question here, and we can just simply, by deselecting one of the options, we can filter the participant list so that we're now only showing the male part of the participants, and that's how you filter. So we'll just put that back on and select them all. Gazeplots are good for small numbers of participants and viewing individual participant paths. But as we get up to more and more participants, for instance this is 70 participants here, it starts to become a bit cluttered and difficult to read where everyone's starting and ending. So this is really where heatmaps come into their own. As we go down, we can shrink the participants. We don't need the AOI list either. We go on to the heat map, and heat maps are good because they give us an idea of the fixation density of the participants who viewed the image. So heat maps show a sliding scale of fixation density from blue all the way up to red. And like before, we can change the time that we're interested in, and we can see the map building up on itself. If we don't want it to accumulate like that, we can just limit it to the current time that is on the timeline, and the data updates as with the Gazeplots. And if we wanted to output this to a video, we would go up to our video options and we can use one of the options just to output to a video. We can also select areas so that if we only wanted a smaller part of the actual video, we can say export 4 seconds. These are draggable here, and the video will be made. And you can also drag here as well, so you can change the filtering here, the time filter basically. And when exporting, it will just export this amount of time of video, so you'll get something that looks similar to that in your video. That for heat maps. We do also have settings as well, so you can customize the look and feel of both your Gazeplot and your heat maps. We can increase the amount of heat that we're seeing there by enabling preferences. And if we take off the auto scaling, our image will change. So we just have to get the right levels here. Let's see. That's a bit better. So as you can see, you're getting a more of an indication of the density that's happening there. So we're getting the full range from blue through to red. I'll switch this off though. This is for the fixation count heat maps, and this is for the time duration. So we have two different types of heat maps available to us. So the heat map fix count, which is what we have here, is based on the number of fixations in a given area, whereas the heat map duration plot is to do with the duration of the actual fixations in a given area, which gives us an indication of how long people have been looking and concentrating or not concentrating on a given area. Incidentally, we also have settings for Gazeplot, which I forgot to mention. If we just select one, we can actually customize the look and feel of the Gazeplot so that we can actually select the individual participant's color. So if we wanted that to be a different color, like blue, or for instance, we can change the alpha, then that would come back, and we can reset the colors back to the defaults. We can also change various settings if we enable the preferences here. We can switch off the internal box, and we can do other facial behavior recording. We can have that enabled, disabled. We don't have any within this current study though, because we didn't do any user cam recording, but that helps with doing stuff for hiding fixations that don't have emotional tags associated with them. But I can't show you that at the moment in time. We also have settings for, whilst I'm here, for the individual AOIs. We can choose whether to actually have the actual name viewed in it. We can switch that off. We can change the color of the outline and its thickness if we want to increase the thickness. But at the moment in time we'll just have them all on. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching once again, and in the next video we shall be covering AOI analysis, so a bit more. There's a couple of AOI visualizations that we have, and also we'll be looking at the statistics that you can look at. Okay, goodbye.